Hi you guys, my name is Christine Harden, also known as Scrapping Harden on Instagram, and I think also YouTube. I don't know, I've tried to change the name, who knows. And then, and my blog is The Swearing Unicorn. I have a pretty whimsical personality, I guess I've been told. I do not have any makeup on today, and I need to color my hair, so you all are getting the real me. I'm joining in the Mini Kit Monday 20 questions for 2020 YouTube tag. I'm a very, very new YouTuber. I've only got 4 videos, but I've been greatly inspired by some of the YouTubers out there that I really enjoy. Kelsey and Kelly, and honestly, there's tons of them. So sorry, and Becky, obviously. So sorry, I'm gonna miss some, but I enjoy most everybody on here. So I'm gonna answer the questions. So number 1, who I am, family, where I live. So my name is Christine Harden. I live in McKinney, Texas, which is a suburb north of Dallas, about 30 miles. I am married, have been married 28 years. I have 1 daughter. She's in college. She's a senior in college, so this is her last year. She's 21. And a cat named Saturn, which frankly, I'm certain she will appear in some videos because she inevitably jumps up on my craft table. So what motivates me to scrapbook? So my daughter's pictures, honestly, it's funny, the story, she was born obviously 21 years ago. I had gone to work and there was a lady there and she invited me to like a creative memories party. And at the time I thought, I'm a working mother. I do not have time for this. So I turned her down and said, I'm too busy or whatever. And I went to somebody's Halloween party like that October or something. And they had this really cute scrapbook on their coffee table. And I was like, what is this? And I realized I had missed out. So I went and bought some magazines and some papers and tried. And honestly, it looked awful. And so I put them in a drawer for about 6-8 months. And then I pulled them back out and tried again. And I got hooked. So what motivates me today is honestly just the creative process. I really enjoy taking pictures and just putting pretty things with them and just turning them into albums. I've told my daughter she's going to get them all. I'm not sure she's terribly thrilled, but oh well, it's fun to make them. I just enjoy it. It's creative time. So what kind of scrapbooking do? I do 12 by 12 pretty much only. I do single layouts probably 75% of the time. And then double layouts, maybe 25%, obviously. That's mathematically. Occasionally I do a mini album, but not just too much. I like to do a page and put it away. Do I plan my pages? That's a great question. Not really. I might have an idea in my head and go, we just went to the zoo and, I want to do a zoo page. But generally speaking, they just kind of get done either because a photograph strikes me that day. I see some product that would go with it really well, or I see some beautiful product and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I have a picture to go with this because I have thousands printed. So I can't say I plan them. It's like whatever strikes my, and in fact, it's funny because sometimes I will plan a page and then turn around and do a different page. And so anyways, how do I file my scrapbook pages? So I do not scrap chronologically because as I just said, it's kind of what product strikes me or what photographs I have that strike me. So basically I get done with the scrapbook page. It goes in an album that's laying open. Once it gets full, I buy a new album and I start filling it up. So they get filed in an album. What is my favorite scrapbooking topic? Everyday kids or travel is kind of the question. My daughter is my favorite scrapbooking topic. She is really beautiful. She's modeled. I really am inspired by her. She's got red hair. She's just interesting to work with. Her photographs are. Of course, I also really enjoy just scrapbooking the family stuff. And it's funny, the first couple of YouTube videos I've uploaded, I realized the layouts are actually about my husband, or mostly. I wouldn't say he's the most common topic, so I guess I've been inspired by him lately. I do like the everyday stuff. We travel, but not tons and tons and tons, maybe once or twice a year. So I do make some travel, but honestly, those are the ones that usually end up in some kind of little mini album if I do one, because it's a whole trip. I will take some pictures, my favorites and make a few layouts, but I guess, yeah, the everyday and then just pictures of my daughter. And let's see, how do I find time to scrapbook? Do I scrapbook every day? Do I have to give up something to scrapbook, like forego house cleaning to scrap instead? So generally speaking, I get up at 4 a.m. every day. I do have a full-time job. So I get up at 4 a.m. I try to scrapbook for about 45 minutes to an hour before I go to the gym. And then, of course, my day happens, you know, blah, blah, blah. I don't get to scrapbook in the evening ever. My husband enjoys my company for some stupid reason. So he was always wanting me around. So 4 a.m. is about the only time I can really scrapbook, unless on the weekends, I will pick, again, I still get up early, usually not 4, maybe it's more like 5:30, but I'll get up early, again, before the day starts, because there's usually chores or something. And then he sometimes, especially if my daughter's home, he doesn't have to be entertained in a way. I'm sorry, my cat is chewing on something. Anyways, I might get an hour or 2 on the weekend, but most of the time it's first thing in the morning. And I do try to do that every day. Yeah, I just find my body clock stays, you know, I get up easier when I have to get up if I get up every day. So I try to get up every day. Where do I shop for supplies? Honestly, most of the time I'm at either the scrapbook convention with the Scrapbook Expo or the one in the summer, although they've been moved this year. One's April, one's August, I think. But there's 2 scrapbook conventions that come to the Dallas area, so I get to go to those. I buy a lot of things there. And then I also tend to buy stuff at scrapbook.com and a cherry on top. There is a small local scrapbook store in Allen. I do go over there, but not a lot. It's kind of, you know, out of the way in some ways. That sounds terrible, but, and honestly, it's small, so there's not usually tons to choose from. Sometimes I do notice they'll have a particular collection, a Graphic 45 or Bow Bunny or something that shows up, and I'm like, oh, I got to look at that. But generally speaking, I buy supplies online. Do you get any did I get any crafty supplies for Christmas this year? I did, but only because I specifically told my husband what I wanted. I got the little selfie printer. Normally I upload my photos to like freeprints.com or Shutterfly or something. And, but every now and again I'll have one on my phone I just took. I'm like, oh, this is great. I have an idea already. And I really wanted to have something to do a quick, print. So I got one of those. And then I did get I got myself a Simply Gilded, Christmas box, or whatever you call it, 12 days box. And then my mom got me the Graphic 45 Fashion Forward collection. So yeah, actually I did get some crafty supplies. What 3 scrappy items and products can you not go without? Okay, I'm going to assume adhesives are kind of a given and we don't have to answer that. What would I go with? I would not go without otherwise. I think ink. I don't ink every single page, but I do ink quite a bit, the edges of things. I don't stamp a ton, but I do use the ink on the edges. I love these enamel dots. I've been using those quite a bit. I wouldn't say I don't know if I cannot go without them, but I do really like them. And then honestly, just a beautiful pattern paper. I just love pattern paper. I use the crap out of it. What is there a product you will buy despite the expense? Probably one of my favorite manufacturers. Again, I love Graphic 45. I love Bow Bunny. Honestly, Echo Park has a really, there's so many great ones. Honestly, if it's just a beautiful collection, I'll buy it. I mean, honestly, it doesn't even matter the price. If I am just really in love with it, I will buy it. So, how do I feel about sketches? What's your favorite resource to find sketches? I like sketches. I like them. I use them frequently. I find them mostly on Pinterest, to be honest with you. Although I have a few blogs I've favorited or bookmarked or whatever. But most of the time I have I have boards on Pinterest. So again, if you go to Pinterest, you want to check out the boards. I have scrapbook layouts I like, and there's a lot of sketches in there. Some of it's complete layouts, but many times it's sketches. Of course, my own scrapbook layouts and stuff are in there too, if you want to check those out. But I like sketches. If traveling, do you take crafty projects with you? No. Nope. I might spin the phone around in a minute and show you my room, and I cannot pick out things to take with me. It's just impossible because I don't plan my pages. It's whatever strikes my fancy. So it's really difficult for me to travel with any kind of crafty project. The only thing maybe might be like a planner thing that I might stick stickers on, but generally speaking, not really anything. And plus my husband wants my attention all the time. Where do you stand on purging craft supplies? So that's a great question. I probably will be moving this year. we have an opportunity to buy a house, a new house different than the one I'm in. And so I have really, I've known since June this past year that this may happen. And so I've been really working hard. I'm looking at my stuff. So apologies, I'm looking off camera here, but I've been working really hard to use some of the stash up. So from a purging perspective, I did remodel about 2 years ago, and I went through and purged quite a bit. But honestly, I own so much stuff, it's sinful. So I need to continue to purge. What other interests do you have outside of scrapbooking? Well, I used to run. I haven't been running now. I've been actually, I did start I needed to start a health journey. I had too much food going in my stomach and not enough energy going out my body. So, I've been using a virtual coach to do weightlifting training and stuff. So I have been doing that. That's my gym time. And other than that, I do enjoy reading. I enjoy hanging out with my husband. We do have LTC, so we go to the gun range. I'm in Texas, so we'll do that. Hanging out with my mom. She's not too far away, so that's usually pretty fun. And my daughter. We go watch her play lacrosse, although I don't really understand that game as much. She used to play soccer, and I like that game more, but, you know, she plays lacrosse now, so. Why did I start my YouTube channel? Honestly, I just saw so many ladies doing it, and I really enjoy watching them. I thought this could be really fun. I'd love to share my stuff. And to be honest with you, because I scrapbook at 4 a.m. and I don't travel well to scrapbook, I don't really have any scrappy friends that come over or that I go to their place or anything. It's not to suggest there's not some available. I'm certain I could say, you know, to somebody, hey, can I come or whatever, but generally speaking, I'm just up here in my room alone. So in some ways, making a YouTube video makes it seem like you're talking to somebody else and there's somebody with you. So it's a bit of a community. And again, as I said, I've really been inspired by a lot of the YouTube ladies and follow some of you guys on Instagram. I've managed to remember when I'm on Instagram to find you. And I just get so excited when you like my layout. I'm really flattered. So thank you. Do you watch scrappy YouTube videos? How much time do you think you spend watching YouTube? Okay, so as I've mentioned several times, yes, I do watch scrappy YouTube videos. And my phone is mean and tells me how many hours I watch YouTube. And I don't want to tell you because it's lots. Isn't that terrible? I probably need to stop it. And then, yeah, a lot. Hours. Do you prefer to watch longer videos or shorter videos? That's a great question because I've seen both formats. I would say that most likely I'll watch something around 10 to 15 minutes, more likely so than something in the 45 minutes to an hour or even the 5-minuters. There's something about that sweet spot. To me, 10 to 15 minutes, up to 20. You kind of get the whole process idea, but you're not stuck in, I hate to say we're stuck, but you're not stuck on a single video for a really long time. And normally when I'm watching these things, I'm either at the gym on the treadmill, or which is only, it's 30 minutes. So I'm trying to get a couple in it there. And then obviously sitting here sometimes in the evening time. So I don't want to have something that's an hour most of the time. That being said, when I have come upstairs and I have all day for some reason, I might put them on my laptop and just let them play in the background while, listening to them chat. So that's nice. So it can be either, but I like the, 10, 15 minute up to 20 minute range. I don't know if that's considered long or short. To me, that's kind of medium. Do you use your scrappy skills and stash to make gifts for loved ones? I do. Actually, my daughter has a couple of friends that she came home this holiday and she says, Mom, I need you to make some stuff for my friends. And she had a couple of pictures with her friends, and she had want me to make a layout for 12 by 12 for one friend and then 8.5 by 11. So I lied to you earlier. That's basically the only time I've ever done that, but 8.5 by 11. And I do make cards. I rarely ever buy cards, rarely buy them. I usually make all of them, and I make them in advance, and usually I make them out of the scraps of something I'm trying to kill the kid, and so I'm just making the cards out of the scraps at the end. Do you have any crafty goals for the new year? Yeah, I think generally speaking, I definitely want to get through my stash. There's still too much here, and I'd love to get through enough where I can feel comfortable that if I have to, when and if I move, I'm not packing hundreds of boxes of stuff. I want to feel like I've made a pretty nice dent in it. There's tons of pictures. I'd love to get through some. I guess one of my goals is to sit down and actually plan some layouts because I haven't planned them. And I know I've got pictures printed that I meant to scrapbook, and I thought, oh, this is a great story. And I'm afraid I'm going to forget the story. So I think go through my pictures, plan layouts in advance, and then continue to use up this scrap stuff. And then from a YouTube perspective, I want to be consistent. I'm struggling, honestly, to use this video editing software I have to use, or I shouldn't say have to use, that I'm using. And if you watch any of these videos, you're going to see that I'm struggling to get the sizing of the scaling of the video right. So I definitely want to, as a goal, learn that software a little better so that when I do put stuff up, it's not wasting your time, because I respect your time. So anyways, that's the 20 questions. I have really enjoyed it, and hopefully somebody watches this thing out there in YouTube land, and maybe a few of you will subscribe. I only have 7 subscribers. I think it's all family. Anyways, you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.